so I'm going to have to trust that it's telling me correctly. Welcome. What a pleasure it is to be with you today. Thank you for joining. I'm just going to check with you first because we have extreme heat here in Greece. Can I check whether this air conditioning is too loud? If it's too loud for you, I'll just sweat a little and I'll turn it off. So could you tell me how this feels now? How is it in terms of noise and whether you can hear well enough? So welcome, welcome. It's a big month coming up astrologically. And I got this sense that we've got waves everywhere. Waves. There are waves of heat. There's been waves of COVID. Waves of depression, of sadness. Waves. You can't hear it, it's all good. Yes, thank you, thank you. That's awesome. I can stay cool with you. I've forgotten what it's like to be cold, but it's nice for a while. We're getting these extremes, aren't we? Extremes. I don't know if you're experiencing that too. Are you experiencing extreme energy? Sometimes you may feel as though you've got extreme amounts of energy and you're doing stuff and you're getting loads of stuff done and it's great and you're motoring ahead. And then all of a sudden you've got no energy or very little energy, or it seems to run out quickly. And you have to come to a standstill for a while and gather yourself back. It's like you have to gather parts of yourself that you've left out. You have to regroup yourself. So I'm noticing these immense contrasts. Again, we're deeply in the square between Saturn and Uranus. Saturn, the brakes in the car, and Uranus, who is not in the car at all, who's up in the aeroplane or in the balloon or off on another galaxy. So we're dealing with extremity. And don't be surprised. Thank you, Randy. Don't be surprised if you find yourself going between extremes and just say, okay, I won't resist it. I'll just allow it to wash over me. We're in a Cancerian time. The sun is in Cancer. We're coming up to a new moon in Cancer on the 9th, 10th of July. So we're dealing with water energy. And water is emotional. Water is intuition, your instinct, your knowing. You just kind of know. Just get that feeling. And will you trust it? Will you? Will you believe it? Will you believe your inner voice? Cancer the crab. Thank you, Autumn. Cancer the crab. Living between the land and the sea. So part of you may need to be alone, to immerse yourself in water. It's a wonderful time for doing anything watery, any rituals with water. Listening to water is so soothing. Having water going over your head is soothing. Bathing your feet in water is soothing. There's something so nurturing about water, and that's this energy of Cancer. And if you look at the glyph of Cancer, never know what I'm going to say quite, so I can't prepare everything in advance, which is probably a good thing. But if we look at the glyph of Cancer here, this glyph of Cancer is the breasts, the nurturing. And we need to learn how to come together to nurture one another. Our way to an old way of life. It's gone. There's no going back to what we had. Anyway, there's no going back, but there is no going back to pre-COVID days. But the question is, and this is the question that I feel is being posed here as we move into July. And I will go through a lot of the aspects for July. The question is, do you know what you need to leave behind? I love this quote by Eckhart Tolle. Sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than defending or holding on. So what you're hanging on to, what you're holding on to, who wants to go back? But there are many who are thinking, right, got my vaccine, I can go back to a normal life. No, we've got to move forward into an abnormal life, a life that is completely different. Nature is pushing us to evolve. There is a push for us to connect as a world family. We can't go back to an insular type of life anymore. Everything is on show now. Our politicians, our leaders, must be examples. If they don't live their lives as examples, yes, we all make mistakes, but they've got to be impeccable in their actions and their deeds. And many of you in the UK will of course be aware of what's happened with the health secretary having to resign. We're going to see more things coming out. Pluto is opposing the new moon in Cancer. All the things that have been hidden, things that it's all coming out. It's time for it to come out. So going back to tourism, to traveling, to all the things that we used to do, it's got to be different this time. It's not to say that we can't travel, but something profoundly has to change because there's something so much bigger for us. Jupiter goes retrograde on the 28th of July into Aquarius. I know I'm starting towards the end, but this is what's coming through. Jupiter into Aquarius, reminding us of when Saturn and Jupiter on December the 21st of 2020 went into Aquarius. So what unfinished business do we have to deal with? There were lots of hopes and dreams of a new communities, a new coming together, new freedoms, new ways of being, new systems. And here we revisit it. We look at what's happened now. We look at the things that have gone on during 2021. And now Jupiter remains in Aquarius until the end of the year. So it's time for us to expand our dreams together. There has to be this togetherness in what we do, this interconnectedness. It's almost as if we're like these kids and we want to go back out and play again, which is understandable. But we've got things to do. We've got some structural changes to make. We've got to change education, we've got to change health, we've got to change politics, we've got to change the economy, we've got to change the way banks operate. I mean, it's massive. And the US goes into its Pluto return starting in February, which is another massive transformational opportunity. So in a way, our immaturity, our childhood is over in the way that we've been playing so far. And now we need to upgrade. We need to upgrade to the genius that lies in every one of us, the spirit that lies in every one of us. So one of the things that I feel we need to do is to secure one another, to make this a safe place to live. Cancer is all about safety. Am I safe? Lucy and Drew, they're securing me here in the chat. They're securing you too. Making things move more smoothly. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Drew. And thank you for liking the video. Please click the like if you wouldn't mind, because it helps more of our soul family to join us. Now, let me go through the month briefly. And then I'm going to go into something that recurs and recurs and recurs that I think we can work with together. So I'm going to go through it. Cancerians are dramatic. Yes, can be. Okay, in Sweden, the government had to step down a week ago for the first time in history. Wow. Thank you, Ewa Ulrika Lotus. Thank you. There are lots of firsts going on. Yeah. So July starts out with Saturn opposite Mars. So Saturn wants to slow down and Mars wants to go quicker. Saturn is the brakes, Mars is the accelerator. And you're dealing with these two energies in opposition. So it's about knowing where you need to slow down and knowing where you need to speed up. And coming into balance. That's why there's this extreme energy going on again. On the 3rd, Uranus is square to Mars. So I'm going to encourage you just to be aware of rushing. See if you can become aware of your breathing and just know that tempers may be frayed, there may be frustrations. And as we move into the 4th of July, the birthday of the United States, Uranus is conjunct the moon. So this is lively, to say the least. Paola, thank you. I love that. Blessed spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical quantum leap to all. Yeah, we've got to take this quantum leap and we've got to keep pushing for it. Yeah. We can relax, but to a point. We can enjoy where we got to, and then there's another climb to do, but we're climbing holding hands. And it's so much easier when somebody's helping you up. Or maybe when there's 50 people helping you up, or 100 people helping you up. Imagine if we begin to work together. So I think there may be some compliance issues as we enter July, people not wanting to do as they're told, authority issues, standing up for freedom issues, can be a lot of that coming up, and you standing up for your freedom. Thank you, Marianne. Maybe there are people with whom you need to stand up for yourself. Maybe you need to say no. So we've got this Saturn-Uranus energy. I know I've talked a lot about it, but it is present for the next year and a half. So just know that you'll have energy of breakthrough, of inspiration, of excitement, and then you might feel as though the wind's been taken out your sails. Nothing's moving. Everything feels stuck. So this is the energy we're going through. Yes, just know that. Is anybody feeling any of this? Is anybody feeling this? You know, you're getting great insights and you're feeling as though you're ascending and things are going whoosh. And then suddenly it's like things are very flat and not moving. So I think that as we move towards this new moon in Cancer, it's important to find ways in which you can look at every person that you know or don't know and begin to see them as family. See the animals as family. That's maybe easier for some of us. The trees, the plants. I drove through a forest today, and the trees, they were like beings. I felt as though I was surrounded by these magical beings. Oh yes, you're feeling it. Yeah, okay. We're all feeling that. And it's, Sharon, thank you. And it's somehow just knowing that that is the flavor of it, and not getting down when things feel as though they're just not happening and you've no energy and you just want to go to bed, or you just want to make another cup of coffee or eat another cake or a chocolate. Just know that that's just part of this Saturn-Uranus energy that we're dealing with. But Uranus is stronger and you will break out. You'll keep breaking out and keep breaking out. The feature of this month is the energy that is going into fixed energy, fixed signs. I see these fixed signs. We've got Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Fixed. And the fixed signs can be wonderful in terms of staying power, resilience. They're resilient. I'm just reminded of my Scorpio lover, a triple Scorpio, I might add. I was never quite sure. I'd say, well, I'm not sure I want to stay in the relationship and this and that. And the answer from my Scorpio lover was, well, I'm just going to stick to you. I'm not going away. We'll work through it. And we did. We're not lovers anymore, but this person is still very present and very dear to me in my life. And that's that triple Scorpio energy. We've worked through a lot of emotional issues, so it sticks in there. So this energy of no going back. We've got to stick through it. And all the fixed signs are in play this month. And each has a different flavor. Taurus is the fixed earth energy. It's our physical energy. Got Uranus in Taurus. So it's shaking up our earth. Whoever heard of temperatures in Seattle and Oregon going up to 106 degrees, was it 110? So that for those in Celsius, that would be about 40, 41, 42. Extremes again, extremes. Uranus in Taurus, shaking up our physical world, our economy, our money system. We've got Leo, the fire sign, Leo, the fixed fire, which is the spiritual energy of fixed. Where are we taking ourselves spiritually in this new dimension that we're moving towards? And we get stuck in the Saturn energy and we release in the Uranus energy. And the Leo energy is there to inspire the creativity inside of you. The water energy, we've got Scorpio, that intensity of the emotions, working through traumas, working through past issues, working through it all. And I see them as these four horses. And then we've got Aquarius, the water carrier, which is the mental energy. What are we doing with our mind? How are we using the mind to manifest physically in our world? And how are we creating new language? There's a lot here. I've been meditating a lot on this. So, the four horsemen, three of them, the bull, the lion and the scorpion. I feel as though I'm telling another story. The bull. That's got to go. The banks, too big to fail. Do you know that banks now keep no reserves, zero reserves to cover a crash, which is sincerely possible with Uranus in Taurus these next years? Which means that if you've got savings, which are already being dwindled away by the Fed printing more and more and more money, the central banks, it means that your hard-earned savings are just dwindling. So things have got to be shaken up. But where is the bull? And I'll leave you to fill the other word, the bull in your life. Where do you have to say no more? What do you need to rearrange with your finances? That's right, truth seeker. If you all want your money at the same time, it ain't gonna happen. Yep. How to prepare to be, well, there are many things here. That's what I'm saying. With the fixed energy, we must build resilience. This month is a month of building resilience. Maybe you need to look at finances. Maybe you need to look at what your values are. Uranus in Taurus is your values. What's really important to you? I'm just renting. Yeah, it's fine. Sometimes I've been looking at this and meditating on this more and more. And that isn't to say you shouldn't have wealth. There's no judgment here. But I find quite a simplicity of living. Do I get into Cancerian worries as insecurity? Sure I do, just like the rest of us. But you might want to simplify how you deal with money. Because more, as you see, people who've got billions, they're never satisfied. Because they're looking to find themselves within money, which you're never going to do. But it doesn't mean to say we can't have wealth and build wealth. But we've got to get Uranus in Taurus, things are out of whack. So where is the bull in your life? Then we got the lion. Proud, strong, magnificent being. Are you going to be the proud, strong, magnificent being that you are? Are you ready to bring out the king, the queen, the royalty in you? Are you ready to bring that creativity out in you? I never painted a morsel until the Pleiadians started coming through 6 years ago. Never anything. And as you see, the painting's changing and things are changing. I'm hoping to do some sculpting. That feels like it's next in line with the Pleiadians, but creativity, bring out your creativity. That's the lion. Stand tall in you. There's never, ever going to be another you. That's the Leo energy. Then we've got the Scorpion energy. Scorpion energy is deadly, it's poisonous, it's toxic potentially. So what toxicity, what poisons need to come out of you? It might be a liver cleanse. I have to say I did one a few days ago. It was brilliant. Wasn't easy, but it's great now. What do you need to cleanse? What do you need to work with? And the beauty about Scorpio energy is that it's transformational. Day and night, profound changes. And then we've got the only one that is human out of these, which is Aquarius, which is what we're moving towards, which is the Aquarian age. The water carrier. There's such an interesting energy there because Aquarius is an air sign, and yet the symbol is the carrier of water. Or is it airwaves? Or is it frequency waves? Or is it sound waves? And again, we've got waves. So we're waving, waves. I see waves everywhere. So this to me is the awakening of the consciousness. The awakening of our becoming conscious and moving away from being animalistic. We have our animal drives, yeah? We have no choice about needing food. Freedom of choice? Okay, there may be those who are breatharians, but they're very few and far between, or yogis and different ones that can live without food. But after a while, there's no freedom of choice. Freedom of choice not to go to the bathroom? I don't think so. So where do our freedoms lie? And how can we become more conscious and work through this together? So I see these fixed energies because next year, the eclipses are going to be in Taurus and Scorpio in fixed signs. So I think that the challenge here is to know what you need to develop resilience in. For me, it's learning Greek. I don't want to get up so early to, do my meditation, my exercises, all the things I like to do, and then my lessons, and then the homework. It's hard, and I've got to be resilient. But it's a priority in my life. So what's a priority in your life where you know you need to be resilient, now that you need to develop? Let's share, please. Let's share this, because the more that we share this, and please like the video, it just magnifies things. Say it. Say what you are going to build resilience in. Is it resilience in relationships? Is it resilience financially? Is it resilience physically? Be specific. Huge. Great, Abir is learning Greek and living in Cyprus. Awesome, to know yourself more, okay? Nature has everything we need. Roller Girl is in school at 56. Cool. A friendship circle. Beautiful. Reconnect to lost soul parts. I love that. April, welcome. Woohoo! Okay, learning astrology to keep moving. Oh, I love this, guys. Discernment, boundaries, daily yoga, sticking to a raw food diet. Awesome. Awesome, you guys. Sticking up for your daughters with their father. Great. Financial resilience, resilience in self-love. Oh, beautiful. Making studying a priority. Okay, yeah, this is the building. See, and we're building muscle here together. As you say it, as you speak it, you create the movement of energy. Yeah, you create it. There's something about making it public. There's something about doing that creates momentum. Here together, we begin to create momentum. Woohoo! Yes. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, April. We're all here. We're all here taking care of your parents. Thank you, Robert. Awesome. Learning right and wrong. I am enough. Awesome. To have more fun. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So this is the key to really working with one part of the equation. Now, let's move on to the other part of the equation. We know the areas, and you might want to think about it, knowing the areas that you want to stick through, even though it might be like, wow, I've got to build a muscle here, it's hard. Now, what is it? Because the fixed signs love to hold on. I love this, it's all coming through. Love you guys, love you. Now, what is it that's no longer a priority in your life? Thank you, Big D. Thank you. I'm healing great. Thank you. The sternum's much better. What is it that you are doing doggedly and fixedly that A, you don't like doing, maybe you hate doing it, B, that you don't need to do anymore, C, that it's not a priority in your life? What are you doing that you need to now let go of? All right, so knowing what you need to hold on to and work at and build muscle, what do you need to release to make space for the new people, new relationships, new possibilities, new opportunities, new realizations, new connections, new friendships? So what do you need to let go of? I'm letting go of my workaholicness. I mean, I love my work. My work is my play. There has to be a balance. So now I do my best to take one full day a week out and just have no plans, have no schedule. And those are often the days that I get inspiration. So what are you letting go of? Maybe you need to let go of a load of stuff. Maybe just holding on to things that are gathering dust that are heavy. Maybe you need to sell a house. Maybe you need to end a relationship. Letting go of the myth that you can do everything alone. That's a great one, Laura. Beautiful. Letting go of the need to please. Oh my God, yes, that's a great one. Letting go of fear. Try and be specific. All right, these are great things. Love you too, Diane. Let's just make it quite specific so that you can measure whether you're doing it. Focusing on self-care and love. All right, what are you letting go of? Letting go of society's conditioning. It's a big one, isn't it? Letting go of the past. Okay, great one. Underground Wes, what can you specifically let go of? Neglecting your car responsibilities. That's a good one, Maddie. Hoarding, yes. Old stories. Getting rid of things for an upcoming move. That's great, April. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Letting go of being alone. Yeah. Okay. So the letting go thing is part of this whole fix things. And what do you need to let go of, thank you, Bernadette, that is beyond repair, that you're just trying to piece it together? And you just got to say, it's gone. It's gone. I need to let go. And again, to me, this serenity prayer is so appropriate. Letting go of needing approval. Yeah, letting go of preferences around children and husband. That's nice. Setting boundaries for yourself. Yeah, toxic energies. Letting go of planning and just going with the flow. Now, there's a great one. So there is this quote, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you, Reinhold Niebuhr. And that's this fixed energy. To me, that's, in a nutshell, what we are dealing with. So it might be quite a sentimental time for some of you. You might find yourself feeling a little sentimental about things, memories coming up. That's always very Cancerian, and that's all right. You know, I've got photos of my mum and dad here on my desk. Thank you, Resistant. It's nice. Auntie Jenny, who is really quite a celebrity in Whitefield, Manchester. People come and visit her now. She sits outside because the weather's nice in Manchester. And they come and say hello, you know, they want to speak to a celebrity. But she won't get rid of her late husband, who she was with for, I think it was 70 years they were together, maybe more. She said, I love getting his clothes out from time to time and I talk to them. So some things to keep, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. But what are you keeping that is pulling you down? And what are you keeping that is uplifting? So in her case, it's uplifting. You know, she said, I just go through his clothes and I talk to him and it keeps the memory of him alive. So I love this quote by the Buddha for you. She who knows life flows, feels no wear and tear, needs no mending or repair. So the water energy is encouraging you to go a little bit along with just flowing. And isn't it wonderful to change your energy? Water energy is wonderful. I often find if I've been out, I have a shower. So keep cleaning your energy. Remember to clean your energy. Use the water, bless the water. It's a good time to do repairs on things that need repairing. As John F. Kennedy famously said, the time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining. So maybe the sun is shining right now and things don't need doing. this is a good time to build resilience and to prepare whatever you can prepare. I love our community so much. Thank you. Trash can, thank you. This community is amazing, so supportive, so loving. I hope you feel that when we come together. Thank you for liking the video. It just, you know, it puts us on steroids here. So I think we can set an intention here, just at the beginning of a new month. Lynn McTaggart, who famously works with intention. Thank you, Tanya, very, very much. She says, the power of mass intention may ultimately be the force that shifts the tide toward repair and renewal of our planet. So let's set a mass intention together here as soul family, which we are. This is a safe place where I hope you feel boosted and loved and encouraged to be the best you can be, to work with these astrological energies in the most positive and uplifting and ascended way that we possibly can. So if we can set an intention that we will self-care and self-nurture best we can. Do the things that your body needs. Don't leave yourself without nourishment. And then from that nourishment, begin to nourish others. And to see this as a month of nourishment, of feeding one another, of becoming resilient, encouraging one another with that resilience, of breaking through obstacles to achieve the success you want, and of releasing the things that you don't need anymore. And in a closing, I always feel that water signs have everything to do with water, with music. And music changes your frequency. It can change your mood really quickly. I find it changes things really quickly. So I just want to thank everybody today. Been very generous in the chat. Those of you who've contributed to the channel financially, thank you. Your wonderful comments, thank you. My Patreon members, thank you. And everybody who emails and supports everybody, so that we are together creating a frequency. And we don't even know quite what we're doing, but it's pretty amazing. So let's go into this. Not sure if I'll remember it, but I think you'll know the words. Remember this. Thank you, beautiful self, soul family. Feel yourself hugged. Teddies are here, hugging you and loving you. Bye for now.